Now. We had technical issues. Okay. Let's start over. We are here in the Games from Spain stage again, second activity of the day, and we are presenting Those Who Came, which is a multiplayer game about saving a planet. We're saving Solarus, and also in some way we're saving the Earth too. And to talk about that, we have Ferran, CEO of Rolldbox Games, and we are going to test the game live now, so join us. But first, we are going to see a trailer. Let's go. Okay. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay, we are back. We started playing Those Who Game, one of the levels, and we were playing Ferran and me. We started a few minutes ago to play because we couldn't wait. The game is wonderful. It's super fun, and also because there's a couple things we needed to do before you can see most of the features of the game. So I think you're going to start to see it now on screen. Basically, we are choosing. We have 4 different types of characters on this game. So please explain, Ferran.
All right. So those who came here in Solarus, you are the Seinen, an alien species that went into a planet which is completely corrupted. And the point here is that the world will try to destroy you, but you cannot kill. But actually what you can do is kind of transform things and make that to become alive. And if you do it enough, and that's what we'll be trying to do today, you can even see how the whole environment changes completely. And if you finish the game, you will be able to do a real action with the planet Earth. So it's not just saving this planet, but we can also be helping our planet by playing this game. So basically how it works is that we have a set of different suits that give us different mini games that will help us to be able to progress through the story, and 4 different energies that are completely different. The one I'm using, it's the Fear Ray that lets me move rocks and stuff around, and Sam is playing with me as well on the same very map. I'm trying to find her. There she is. And she's using the 80, which is the one that will be able to levitate. So we'll be able to solve different puzzles and challenges over the game with different creatures that will try to stop us from going further by combining our strategies, our energies, and there are 2 more to be discovered if you get into the game.
Okay, so let's talk and more play. Let's go.
So at this point we are trying to get into Commander Tone. We are halfway into the first map of the game. When we landed, we got to the point of that there was a native species called the Torek that they actually kind of knew us some way. And that's because of Vineog, the bad guy of this world that actually created this. So we will be trying to convince them that we're not the bad guys. And to do so, we will have to help them to fix certain stuff. So for example, here I'm trying to jump over. Oh, come on. I'll have to use my power right now to move these rocks out. And there are different ways of getting up to every of the places. And as you progress through certain points of the game, you will unlock these different teleporters and checkpoints. So if a momentum on the exploration goes too hard for you, don't worry. There's always a way to keep progressing. For here, actually, we will have to go up there. On a previous mission, we had to avoid the Torek trying to reach the upper stairs. Right now it's a little bit easier, just the pathing through this landscape. And for example, with the one I'm using, my point is about these shiny, glowing yellow rocks. But some, you can try to jump over there if you want and kind of do some shortcuts. Well, I can try to make you this easier by, let me just try that, doing so. So it should be a little bit easier. If you jump and start using the powers as well, let you fly a little bit further. Another of the energies, for example, could traverse this kind of rock here, so it's creating a secret passage that can help you to go through these first corridors. When it comes on the first time, you need to go really quite smart, because the Storek will try to chase you down a lot. So let's keep going upstairs. Are we? Yeah.
By the way, when did you start developing the game?
This game was developed on 2020. We started the game. It was the first game from the studio. It was very low budget, actually, and it was an ambitious game though. And we were developing it for 1.5 years. And last year we released the definitive edition with this extra action of being able to heal the planet Earth and improving lots of performance and other issues that we had. So it's been a lot of work back in here. We were a small team, but wanting to create these kind of more open worlds and starting to build up our journey in the indie industry with such a multiplayer massive. Well, I mean, multiplayer games are hard though.
Yeah, I can tell. So, if I can ask, is this like the original idea you have for the game, or do you think about something different related also with the ecological thing, like saving a planet or doing something good for the environment?
Well, for the game itself, we wanted to create something that could convey this point of the cooperation instead of the competition. And we were trying to find out ways where, even we were trying at the first, but this was on the early stages when prototyping, we were even saying, can we create like an arena, a game or a competitive game, but players cannot kill each other. It's more like getting, like, imagine like a race where you can punish the others, but they can outsmart you. And when we were doing this kind of early stages testings, we were saying, well, the cooperation here could be massive. We started testing some stuff with, oh, by the way, let me go where we should go, which is back to the beginning. So we were doing a lot of prototyping. We did a lot of work on finding ways to create a world that can challenge you, but at the same time, you don't have a tool of a gun. It was interesting when we were on the events how people were getting into the game. They were saying, oh, that looks cool. How do I kill that thing? And the first answer at this point of saying, hey, well, actually, you can do this, and you're not killing it, you are making it start being more specific, and then all the language from themselves changed completely and said, can I pet this? Can I do more things with these creatures? So we were trying to transform this approach into the adventures on that aspect. It was a long journey on that. It was almost a year of evolving the story itself until we really got into this point of, well, this planet works this way, and we were able to really polish and nail down the approach, because it was quite of a unique starting point on that sense.
Uh-huh. Why the chapter structure? That's something that came with the time. Did you plan it originally for the game? Because you called the game Deus Game 2 points Saving Solarus. There would be like a second part. It's a difficult question, right?
Well, we always try to create stories that can convey and can grow. So on that sense, we wanted to always leave a room for something like that. It's not on our roadmap though. The following projects we're working with, we are willing to start showing you more things. We cannot yet though. And those who game itself will stay as it is on the sense of the Solarus. We were managing different platforms so you could be able to play from more places, and everything is cross-play, so don't worry if someone bought in on Steam and another on Epic or Cloud Gaming, you all can play together. But it's true that we want to create these stories, we want to let some plot twists open so players can really find next steps if they want into these games.
Uh-huh. Seems nice. By the way, I'm personally suffering with the bubbles with different colors because it seems that they are kind of dangerous. So let's explain the players the difference between the blue, the red, and the yellow bubbles because they have different effects. I mean, like the environment has some kind of weird way to attack us, as you said.
Yeah, the environment is decaying, and as it is though, we have like gravitational issues on the planet, which are these kind of spheres and bubbles. So the red ones are the ones that will try to, actually will make damage to you, and like the gravity is so heavy so you can really fall down. And later on the game, there are certain puzzles where some of these spheres change the color and therefore change the behaviors, so it can get quite tricky to fix that. The blue ones, as you saw right now, let you jump over, like the gravity is completely inverse, and by doing so we can reach special areas. And the yellow ones are kind of in the middle point, so depending on what you need, you might look for one type of the other. But if you do some stuff, I make it easy sometimes, but it was kind of interesting when creating this kind of puzzles. All the physics and stuff, playing around was kind of interesting. So yeah, the yellow, blue, and red, based on if they make you bounce, are lower gravity, or they try to really push you down to the gravity to the planet and make down to the floor.
Uh-huh. So where are you right now? I think I lost you completely. So
Coming back to you.
I fell to the ground and lost almost half of my life. But I don't know where I am. Please save me. Tell me where you are, please.
Coming right there, we have been. That's the good thing of being a multiplayer. Basically, in the story right now, what's happening is that we found Commander Tone. These Torek are on the other side of the river. They are running out of resources, so they asked us if we could help them, and we've been getting some resources for them. So I'm trying to find you, and then we can activate the teleporter back to their base, where they will give us the interesting thing, which is basically what the heck are you? I think are you here? Could be. Yeah, you're here. So we will be able to start really transforming this area and changing everything.
So it would change a lot over the game. Like it will be visible what you do for the planet.
Yes, completely. And as you progress through the game, even if you're using the pulse, which lets you transform things for a while, or you really start healing different plants and stuff, you will see how the whole area changes completely. We change the level itself, and that's what we'll be doing today. And actually, I'm just down. If you jump down, you won't die. We'll take damage, you won't die. And here we are. And if we go back to the...
let's continue.
If we go back to the main entrance, we'll be able to get the teleporter back to where we were with Commander Tone. So the idea here, the wanted is that we're not conquerors coming here and just blasting through everything. We're trying to help the natives to thrive over this planet and fix what Bineo has been doing. So we have our technology, and we're helping them with these new capabilities we bring to the table.
If I can ask, does the game explain you in some way why is the planet in this state? Like,
yeah, as you progress through the game, there will be there are many of the dialogues. This version of the game we're showing today, I hate some of the dialogue just because of the gameplay, not to complicate things. But basically, as you progress through the game, as you go through the game, you will see how the Tarek start explaining you things, how the rest of... There's Dr. Wilson, an NPC that will be helping us all the way along, that will help us to understand what's going on and how can we fix this. So we're just one thing to go, which is basically trying to repair their um, greenhouse down here, and we will.
No, I have to change my suite, right?
Yeah, so you can keep the suite you have because I'm using the other one. But yeah, the point is that the game has different suits. Each of them have different mini games, and you are able to do different stuff. So on the bottom left, bottom right of my screen, I have the yellow suit actually equipped that gives me this mini game, which is kind of a connect the dots. And you see there the icon saying, hey, this element must be repaired with this suit, otherwise on the other side this is a completely different suit, which is actually the one that's using Sam. So that's yours and the other for me.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, here. Wait, what? Like this? Okay.
That one.
I'm kind of bad playing multiplayer games. I confess it.
Well, you're playing the hard way, which is one hand playing and the other with
on
the
the other
mic.
hand, the microphone. Don't do that at home, please. Don't hold the microphone while playing. I think I.
So you fail the mini games. Usually we have a internal CD that you need to wait to start playing back again. That comes from the multiplayer on the competitive side, because there's a we had to hide that, but there was an extra component to the game, which was a PvP approach, where one of the teams was trying to corrupt everything and the other was trying to heal everything, and that was more for the events. And we put this internal CD, a small CD for the suits, so you can stop, rethink, and then try again the mini games. So there you have the mini game to go still. So we can try to have you by changing our suits, and this is the point of the multiplayer thing. On if someone's good with one kind of approach, that's completely fine, and others can help you out. If you're playing alone, that's good as well. As you'll see right now, I can change the suit, so it just will take a little bit longer because you need to come back, change whatever you're using, the energy itself or the suit, in order to progress. But basically you can play the game with all the 4 energies. So if you really like one of them, don't worry, we won't force you to change, I think. So it's more in the point of exploration and evolution of the content. And this is like a clicker, so you just start clicking as fast as you can, and you can use the right click to clean. This was an easy one. There are ones that are really tough and close. So now that we've done with that, we will have to come back with Tone, and I died.
Oh, what happened?
So you can come and try to rescue me,
okay,
or
okay.
I can try to respawn. So if you're near home,
But
it's easier.
I think I
If
died.
you're really a long way from home, it can be helpful if your friends have you. But here, for example, we have the respawn point quite near, so if you press A, you will respawn near me and keep going. So this is the point of the checkpoints as well.
It's like someone came to help us because we're like pretty bad survivors in this planet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to enter here, right?
Yes.
Okay. What? I repeat, don't play a game while holding a microphone. It's the worst thing ever. So we just have to come here.
So last step before starting healing and starting transforming the plants and seeing how everything changes.
Okay,
With the game, there's at the beginning there will be a base
wait a minute.
area. That's the one we're going to transform right now. That will kindly ask you to use and transform. And there will be the rest of them that it's completely up to you. So when you get to the end part of the game, the karma comes in and kicks in. So if you ignore the planet for the whole game, it can get quite Dark Souls-like when it comes to dealing with the creatures and stuff.
Dark Souls like?
And yeah, we can jump to the video.
Okay.
But if you start killing and helping the planet, then you will be able to see how the world is more peaceful to you and even can help you at some point on that sense.
So if I have understood it correctly, you can become enemies with the turret, or like at least not friendly with them, right? Or
So the Torag, basically, they are kind of a neutral thing, and yes, they will try to. First, they will be more neutral, kind of reluctant to you,
Yeah.
and as you progress through the story, then it's when everything changes. Then it's when you are able to start actually creating a relationship with them. Commander Ortiza, that's the one that will try to lead the Torag into the fixing thing. So there's this point on the background, but the main conflict is by now. The main conflict is fix this planet, help the planet, and trying to convey this approach into the healing instead of the killing.
yeah.
So what you just saw, it's that I was out of the game and
Don't
jumping
worry.
back and forth.
I think if it's
Want to jump to
if
the
like
to the last video if you want.
we can show them a bit more gameplay with the video.
Yeah, sure thing.
As we can talk, as we talk, we can like show them new gameplay that they haven't seen. So let me share it with you. Ah no, this one. No. This one. No. Yeah. Let me show you something on gameplay you haven't seen. So this is what you're about to see is gameplay or with 4 players in the game, which is like the best combo, I guess, because you have all the energies and you can collaborate together to show it. Oh, okay. Give us a second. This is one of the gameplays you can find in their YouTube channel, so please follow them and follow the game on Steam. It's now available. So as you see, this is a gameplay of those who game save Solarus with the 4 types of energies of the game. And if you can tell us a bit more the things we see right now.
So the game is up to 4 players, and as saying these 4 energies, they can be connected together. So for example, the jointer is maybe the one that kind of acts as a support one, but at the same time you can teleport to your friends. The area was the one that Sam was using, which is more onto the flying. The freeway was the one I was using, that it's more this idea of moving objects around.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we have the other one, which let's just speed run. So we weren't doing speed runs and trying to test things out. We were usually with the other and with the 80,
Wow.
definitely. And if you start playing with the multiplayer and you are more onto the 4-player thing, the experience can be even interesting in the sense that you may think you are solving the puzzle, but you're putting things harder for your friends to keep going. So there's a lot of, there's this point of communication that definitely you will need.
This is definitely the kind of game you need to improve the relation with your friends for the sake for your sake because you won't manage to save the planet to something greater if you don't collaborate. It's not something like to compete.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of cool.
Definitely.
I mean, we have a lot of multiplayer games that are focused on competition and killing each other, and it's kind of nice and refreshing to see that there are other kind of games that try to do the opposite thing. So I really like it.
Thank you.
So I think I have one last question, and maybe the most difficult one for you, since you have created all of them. But which is your favorite energy type?
Depends for what. Usually the one I end up always, it's the other, but just because I'm kind of a speedrunning guy, trying to go to the shortest path. If I'm playing with people, jointer definitely is the one I love the most, because then I just scare them back there, because I can jump from them and I can empower them. So these are the 2 I usually like the most. The easiest though, I think it's the Airy, because it's the one, it's more kind of a jetpack thing, and it's the easiest for everybody to understand how it works. So yeah, Fury it's the most useful actually, but it
I-
takes a little bit to really start understanding how it works.
I've seen it. I mean, comparing it with Iris, which is the one I was using, it's like you're doing all the difficult job, and I'm just helping a bit. But it's cool. It's very cool. So you guys at home and here in the stage, I hope you're enjoying the gameplay and that you want to play those game Saving Solaris at home. So please purchase it on Steam, add it to your wish list if you can't right now, and follow Rolldbox Games.
And then there's the other big thing,
Oh,
which is about if you
the
finish the
surprise,
game.
the final surprise about saving the planet. Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically,
Okay,
if you
okay.
finish the game, Sam was showing at the very beginning this point of the starting of the game that's saying you will help the planet and you will be also kind of helping real Earth. Well, it's actually true. If you finish the game, you will be able to get a real certificate where you will be able to select an action of a real action in the world, and it will be with your nickname. You have this ownership. This is something we were willing that our players, as well as they play the video game, are able to be helping the Earth from their couch, from the sofa. So basically, if you finish the game, you are able to do one of these actions and get the ownership. You get a certificate with the GPS location and everything. We do that with a company called Echo, that they make sure that things happen. It's not just a call to action. It's a real thing you can do if you play our game.
That's very nice. So I hope many people try to do this because I think it's something very, very nice for the planet. So thank you for coming with us to present those game, Ferran, and for the people at home, thank you for joining on stream. Thank you for joining here on stage. And well, see you in a bit. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.